today I'm here to talk about success. The first rule of success is you must have a vision. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't have a goal, then you'll just wander around aimlessly and never get anywhere. What I mean is I was born in Austria in 1947, right after World War II. I was lucky because I grew up with a vision. When I was a little older, I realized I didn't like Austria. I couldn't wait to get out of there. I didn't want to grow up and become a farmer or spend my life working in a factory. Even though my parents insisted I stay and live a normal life, that was their vision, not mine. My vision was completely different. I believed I was born to do something special. Something unique and something big. One day, when I was about 11 years old, I went to school. There, we were shown a documentary about America. It showed skyscrapers, massive buildings, huge bridges, 6-lane highways. And in that moment, I decided that's where I belong. I don't want to live between farmhouses and tiny buildings anymore. I want to be in America. On my way back from school, I passed by a store. There, I saw a magazine, a bodybuilding magazine. On its cover was Reg Park, a 3-time Mr. Universe champion. I had seen him on the big screen. He looked like Hercules. And that's when I said, this is the blueprint for my life. This is what I want to do. I want to become a bodybuilding champion like Reg Park. Act in movies, make millions of dollars, and become rich and famous just like him. Can you imagine how good it felt to know exactly where I wanted to go? Most people don't even know what they want. But I did. I knew I wanted to be like Reg Park. So the only question left was, how do I do it? Having a goal gave me peace of mind. Because when you have a goal, a vision, everything becomes easier. People would often ask me why I smiled while lifting weights for 5 to 6 hours a day. I'd tell them, I'm doing this for a gold medal. My eyes were set on the Mr. Universe title. Every rep, every weight lifted was a step closer to that goal. I wanted to turn my vision into reality. At the age of 20, I went to London and became the youngest Mr. Universe ever. All because I had a goal. One thing I've learned, visualizing your goal and chasing it brings joy. You must have a purpose in life no matter what you do. Without it, you'll wander and feel lost. A survey shows that 74% of Americans hate their jobs. Why? Because they have no vision, no purpose. They're just doing a job they don't love. And when there's no passion, it turns into suffering. I feel lucky because I knew exactly what I was doing. Even when I entered politics, I had a clear vision. I wanted to become governor of California. I couldn't become president because I wasn't born in the US, but I knew I could be governor. People told me it was impossible. They said, why not go for a smaller position? But 2 months later, I became the governor of California because my vision was crystal clear. My second rule, ignore the naysayers. When I said I'd go to America and become a bodybuilding champion, my parents and others said it was impossible. But I didn't listen to impossible. I only listened to possible. They said no, I heard yes. They said can't, I said can. Like Nelson Mandela said, everything seems impossible until someone does it. And I decided I'll be the one to do it. When people laughed at my accent, my body, or said I'd never be in movies, I didn't care. I took English classes, voice training, acting lessons. I worked hard. My first film, Hercules in New York, flopped. But then Universal Studios chose me for Conan the Barbarian, and it became #1 at the box office. The same body that people laughed at became my strength. And my unique voice, it made the Terminator iconic. The things people mocked became my power. It's because I didn't listen to the critics. My third rule, work, work, and only work. I get angry when people say, I don't have 45 minutes to work out, or I don't have an hour to improve myself. Think about it. There are 365 days in a year. If you spend just 1 hour a day learning about a subject, in 1 year you'd have 365 hours of knowledge. You could become an expert. You could build a business by dedicating 1 focused hour daily. We all have 24 hours. Sleep 8 hours, work 8 hours, you still have 8 hours left. Even if 2 hours are spent commuting, you still have 6 hours. What do you do with that time? When I came to America, I went to college, worked out 5 hours a day, worked jobs because bodybuilding didn't pay. and took acting classes 4 nights a week from 8 p.m. to midnight. Still, I didn't waste a single minute. That's why I'm here today. Doesn't matter where you come from. There is no magic pill or secret mantra. There's only one way: work. My 4th rule: never have a plan B. Why? Because we have too many doubters, not enough doers. When you have a plan B, you're already doubting plan A. And if you don't give 100% to plan A, it will fail. When we perform without a safety net, we perform better. Having a backup is not always a good thing. It splits your energy. I had no plan B. I committed 100% to bodybuilding, to acting, to business and politics. And I succeeded because I gave it my all.